Welcome back. Thank you for taking my class. We've a lot to do, so let's get started. In needle felting, core fiber or wool batting is frequently used in the center of pieces to save expense. A good wool batting is generally about 3 inches thick. A piece of wool batting 3 inches by 3 inches by 6 inches is enough to make a nice sized egg. If the core fiber you are using is not as thick, you will need to add more core fiber. All the eggs pictured in this class are larger than an extra large hen's eggs. They're probably about the size of a goose egg. You can make larger or smaller eggs just by varying the amount of core fiber you use. Place your core fiber on your work surface and using both hands, roll it into a tight log. Secure the shape by thrusting your needles through the fiber. For fun and a little sound to your egg, you could add a jingle bell before you roll up your fiber. If you decide to add a jingle bell, you will have to be extra careful when needling to avoid breaking your needles on the jingle bell. If you do break a needle, you will need to use an X-Acto knife to cut open your core fiber and remove the broken tip. Never leave a broken tip in fiber. I've removed broken tips from pieces and you'd never be able to tell. It is very easy to heal a needle felted piece. When needling with a jingle bell in the center, needle more slowly and needle around the jingle bell, never at the jingle bell. Use your needles to refine and reduce the shape of your egg. Your needles push fiber around, so you can use them to make one end of your log smaller and the other end thicker to make that egg shape. Wool batting can sometimes contain vegetable matter, small pieces of straw or burrs. As you are reducing and refining the shape of your eggs, remove whatever vegetable matter is on the surface. Continue to refine and reduce your fiber egg until it is very firm. Very firm is not rock hard, but it is firm enough to allow you to continue working on the egg without distorting its shape significantly. Choose a color of fiber to cover your egg. A 6-inch length of merino or corradale is more than enough to cover one egg. Cut half of that 6-inch length of merino into 1.5-inch lengths. If needed, you can always cut more later. Shorter lengths of fiber are easier to felt securely to your foundation and are less likely to cause distortion when needling. Card the cut fiber using 2 wire dog brushes. Carding the fiber helps break up the parallel alignment of the fiber, and messy fiber is halfway to felted fiber. Take a small section of your carded fiber and needle it onto your egg. When applying surface fiber, it is important to needle from many directions and angles, not just perpendicular to the surface of the egg. Keep adding more sections of fiber until your egg is completely covered. Check for any thin areas of color and add more colored fiber as needed. Choose what colors you want to use to decorate your egg. To prepare it for use, cut some of the fiber into 1.5-inch lengths and card with the wire dog brushes. It doesn't take a lot of fiber for decoration, so only cut and card what you think you might need. You can always prepare more fiber if needed. To make bold stripes, You can start by pulling fiber away from the carded pile as seen. It's very loose, but there is enough fiber along that length to make a nice, bold stripe. Fine lines can be made by creating a faux yarn from the carded fiber. The action is to grab a few strands of fiber, pull gently away from the mass of carded fiber, which will cause more fiber to be pulled from the mass, and then twist the fiber by rolling it between your fingers. Move your fingers to the base of the fiber near the carded mass and repeat as often as you want to make a longer and longer piece of yarn. I prefer to work with lengths that are about 8 inches or less. Starting at one end of the egg, needle a spiral stripe, felting the applied fiber securely to the egg. I find it easiest to first tack the fiber in a rough stripe and then go back to refine the shape of the stripe and to needle from many different directions to secure it firmly to the egg. End the spiral in the middle of the other end of the egg. Pull away any excess fiber and needle the stripe again so that it is neat and firmly secured to the egg. Add more colored stripes. While the 3 spiral stripes on this egg are all the same width, you could make some of the spirals wide and others narrow. Polka dots are always a fun design. Here I've used faux yarn to first create circles, which I then filled in with beautiful colors. A thin spiral band with vibrant polka dots makes this an interesting egg. Polka dots are easily made by taking a small amount of fiber, placing it in the palm, and then rolling it into a ball with a finger from your other hand. A drop of water spread on that palm can help make the process easier. On this egg, there are stripes of varying widths. The stem of the flower is just a short stripe, and the leaves are just a stripe that changes width. The flower is made by adding 5 polka dots and then using the needle to pull some of the polka dot fiber into the center of the flower. A smaller polka dot was added to the middle of the flower. I've included a blank egg template with this class that you can use to design your eggs before making them in fiber. You can print it out and plan your designs using colored pencils or some other medium, or you can use the template on your computer with a paint program. These are designs that I created on my computer and could easily be made in fiber using the techniques in this class. You've learned many useful techniques in this class. You've learned how to form a basic shape, how to prepare and apply fiber for surface design, how to make faux yarn for fine details, and more. All of these techniques have many uses as you continue to do more needle felting. Questions? Need help? Please join my group on the CraftArtEDU community. Thank you so much for taking my needle felted Easter egg class. I hope you enjoyed it. For CraftArtEDU, this is Harlan. If you enjoyed making Easter eggs, you might want to try the Candy Pod bracelet class, which also includes making a basic shape and using surface design. It's rated as a very easy intermediate class because I don't go into great detail on forming the pods and controlling the firmness, neither of which is very difficult, and skills which you have learned in this class. Be sure to check out my other CraftEDU classes in needle felt and in oil painting.